Hi, this is Nagaraj HS, Selection Grade Lecturer, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Government CPC Polytechnic, Mysore. Welcome to all for this session 4. So, in this session, I am going to explain some topics of Unit 1 regarding the MATLAB basics. So, the topics to be covered in this session is precedence of operation, controlling the appearance of floating point number, managing workspace to keep the track of your session, entering the multiple statements per line, MATLAB commands for managing a session, MATLAB commands for working with the system, and how to get the help in the MATLAB software. The precedence, how to operate with a higher precedence, how to control the appearance of floating point number, how to manage your workspace, and how to keep the track of your system, and how to enter the multiple statements per line, and how to manage your session with suitable MATLAB commands, and how to work with your system with the suitable MATLAB commands, and how to get the help in MATLAB session. So these are the topics to be covered. In this session, I will explain the topic one by one. So let us look into the precedence operation first. Operator precedence. Operator precedence. The MATLAB also uses a standard precedence for arithmetic commands that is identical to the order of operations used in the algebra. Whatever the order of operations used in algebra, the same standard precedence for arithmetic commands also used in the MATLAB. This precedence determines the order in which the commands are executed. So here, there are four orders. The first, the contents, the arithmetic commands within the bracket, within the parenthesis will be evaluated first. And in MATLAB, do not use the square braces because we use the square braces for creating an array of matrix in MATLAB, and use this parenthesis. If you use this parenthesis for in arithmetic commands, that will be evaluated first. The contents within the parenthesis will be evaluated first. Then next, the content with exponentiation, the components will be evaluated at the second. And third precedence of operators, multiplication and the division. Multiplication and the division symbol has the same precedence of operation, and suppose if the arithmetic commands having series of multiplication symbol and division in the equation, so the equation will be evaluated from left to right, even though the multiplication symbol and division symbol has the same precedence of operation, so the equation will be evaluated from left to right. And also, if the contents will be braced in the parenthesis, then that will be evaluated first, and then the equation will be evaluated from left to right. And the fourth one is addition and subtraction. Addition and subtraction, after the multiplication and division, the contents with plus symbol and contents with the negative symbol, negative operator, so minus operator will be evaluated next. So let us look into some examples how it will be executed here. So look at this example here, 1 plus 2 into 3. 1 plus 2 is within the parenthesis, within the bracket. So the first, this will be evaluated. 1 plus 2 will be evaluated first. Then the result of this will be multiplied with 3. 1 plus 2 is 3 into 3, 9. The answer is 9. The same expression without a parenthesis. Here, this is an equation without a parenthesis or without a brace. Here, as per the order of precedence, the highest priority multiplication symbol has the highest priority. The multiplication symbol, multiplication operator is evaluated first here. As per that, 2 into 3 is 6. Then the result should be added with 1. 1 plus 6, answer equals 7. So another examples, an example with addition and multiplication, which has higher precedence. Here the multiplication has the higher precedence. So let us look at the example 1 plus 2 into 3, answer same example. So same example 1 plus 2 within the parenthesis, that should be multiplied by 3, answer is 9. Here in the first case, the multiplication has the higher precedence than the addition. So 2 into 3 is 6 is calculated first. Then 1 is added to give 7. In the second case, the brackets force the 1 and 2 to be added first, giving 3, which is then multiplied by 3 to give 9. So in another example with addition and division operators. Here is an example 4 by 2 plus 1, 4 by 2 plus 1 within the bracket, within the parenthesis. In the first case, the division has the higher precedence. So 4 by 2 is evaluated first to give 2. Then 1 is added to give 3. So the 1 is added to result of this. 4 by 2 is 2 plus 1. Answer is 3. And in the second case, so we use the same digits with the same operators. Here we use an extra parenthesis. 2 plus 1 will be within the parenthesis. The brackets force the addition to be evaluated first to give 3. Here it is first, this will be evaluated. 2 plus 1 is 3. Then 4 is divided by 3 to give 1.333 answer. So let us look into another example with powers and the division, the powers, exponents and the division. Here, as per arithmetic precedence, as per algebraical order of operators, the powers, exponents has the highest precedence than division. So let us look into the example 8 to the power of 2 by 2, and here 8 to the power within the bracket 2 by 2. Here in the first case 8 is squared first. 8 is squared first, 8 square to give 64. The answer is 64. 8 square, the answer of 8 square is 64, which is then divided by 2 to give 32. First 8 square is evaluated, then the answer is divided by 2. Answer is 32. But in the second case, 8 is raised to the power of 2 by 2, because 2 by 2 is within the parenthesis. So then 8 is raised to the power of 2 by 2, and which gives the answer 8. 2 by 2 is 1. 8 to the power of 1 is also 8. Another example. Remember that operations of the same precedence are evaluated left to right. Operations carried out from left to right. For example, if there is no parenthesis, if there is no exponent form, then the operations will be carried out from left to right. Even if it is parenthesis, even if it is exponential form, it is carried out from left to right, but it will be evaluated, the content within the parenthesis will be evaluated first, and then exponential form will be evaluated, then the equation carried out from left to right. Here is an example: 12 by 2 into 3, 12 by 2, 12 by 2 into 3. So here the second case, so 2 into 3 will be in the parenthesis. In first case, 12 is divided by 2 first to give 6. Then the 6 is multiplied by 3 to give 18. In second case, the brackets force 2 into 3 to be evaluated first, then answer is 6 to be evaluated, then 12 by 6, 12 divided by 6 equals 2. This version is usually clear. So which clears the order of precedence. So how the order of preference will be executed in MATLAB, which uses the same standard order of precedences as used in the algebra. And how to control the appearance of floating point number. Floating point number means which uses a decimal places, decimal values. So these fractional values, how to use the fractional values and how to display this fractional value and how to control the appearance of floating point numbers. So by default, MATLAB displays numbers with 4 decimal place values. This is known as short format. However, if you want to more precision, you need to use the format command. The format long command displays 16 digits after the decimal. So here are some examples. Format long. This is the equation. The answer will be displayed like this. Here there are 13 digits after the decimal point. So this is a format long. So if you can use format short, so the same equation will be evaluated and the answer will be displayed like this: 17.232 only through 3 decimal places after the decimal point. For format short E, the answer will be displayed with exponential form only with 4 decimal places plus an exponential format. The same exponential format, if use long, the word long, format long E, example x equals pi, pi value will be displayed like this: 3.14 after the decimal point, there are many digits plus exponent of 00. Like this, the appearance of the floating point number can be controlled by using the format command. So format commands, different format commands, long and short exponential, long exponential formats can be used. Managing the workspace, keeping track of your work session. How to keep the track of your work session? So what is the suitable command to be used? So let us see the suitable command to track our work session. So it is possible to keep the track of everything done during a MATLAB session with the diary command. So diary command, so this is a special command which is used to track our work session. So use the functional form of diary with a file name when the file name is stored in a string. It can be opened by an editor or a word processing programmer and edited to remove the extraneous contents or to add our comments. So after our work session is over, so we can retrieve the entire session by using this diary command, and that can be used and that can be modified and that can be edited for further future works. This command is useful in the process of preparing a homework or a lab submissions. Instead of writing the program, so again, so we can take the program directly by using a diary command. Whatever the commands which are used in our session that can be retrieved using a diary commands, that will be stored in the MATLAB. The procedure, how to track your work session using a diary command. So diary followed by a file name. Any user defined file name can be given for this session. So the strings and all the commands which are used in a session is stored in this file name. And the diary command which save text of MATLAB session, diary file name which makes a copy of all the subsequent commands, command window input and most of resulting command window output to be appended to the named file. So whatever the commands which are used in the command window input, that will be stored, and that will be stored and appended to the named file, whatever the name so given here. So in that name all the commands which are used in the command window are stored. If no file is specified, the file diary is used. So if the file name is not specified by the user, so diary itself is sufficient to retrieve your commands used in the command window. And also diary off, switch off the diary option, diary on, switch on the diary option back. And also diary by itself toggles the diary state. So if you if you use the diary command, so later it start recording all the commands used in the session. Again, if you use a diary, it suspends, it means it opts. Second time if you use a diary command, so it will switch off the diary option. That means by itself the diary command itself toggles the diary state between off and on. Entering multiple statements per line. How to enter the multiple statements per line? So we know that the each command should be terminated by a semicolon. If the semicolon is not used at the end of the command, so immediately the command window will display the result. It's possible to enter multiple statements in a line. So to enter a multiple statements, we can use a comma, semicolon. Here we use semicolons to suppress the immediate output and comma to separate the two statements. Here A, the first statement uses a semicolon, so the A will not be displayed immediately, and B uses a statement, but here we have not used any semicolon, so we are separating two statements by putting a comma. So these two will be displayed. The value of B and C will be displayed immediately. B equals 0.7539, C equals 548.3170. Like this we can enter a multiple statements in a single line by using, and those the comments are separated by comma or a semicolon. MATLAB commands, some useful commands in MATLAB session. So as we know that MATLAB is an interactive program for numerical computation and for data visualization. So you can enter a command by typing it at the MATLAB prompt on the command window. So in this section we will provide list of commonly used general MATLAB commands. So the common commands, general commands used in a session. So here are some commands. So let us look into some commands for managing our session. So CLC. So in CLC, if you can use a CLC, so so this means that clear. So clears the command window. This means that if you can use CLC, which clears your command window, whatever the commands which are typed below above in command window, so it will be cleared by using a clear CLC command. clear. So another command clear but which will not clear the command window, which clears the variables from the memory. Variables from the memory. So the whatever the variables which are created in your session, so that will be removed by using a clear command. Exist. So which is used to check for existence of a file or a variable. So by using an exist command, so we can check the existence of our file or a variable, so within the session. For example, if you can use some word with exist command, for example, exist x, if the x is a variable which is used in a work, which is used in your program, means it will display x. That is, suppose if you can use x as a file name, then the result of this exist command is different. So it will give a numbers to identify the file type or variable type, something else. So which returns 0. Suppose exist x, if you type exist space x, if it returns 0, if name does not exist, if the value is 0, if it returns 0, that means that so the typed name x does not exist in the program. Suppose if it returns 1, returns 1 means if a name is variable. Returns 2 if a name is file with a .m extension. If it returns 3, it means it's a MEX file. If it returns a value 4, then it is a Simulink model or Simulink application. Suppose if it returns 5, it is a built-in MATLAB function. So whatever you type after the exist command, so that will be check for whether it is a function, whether it is a variable, whether that name is exist. If that name is not exist in the system, so the exist command will return with 0 value. So for different value, so we can understand that whether it is a function or whether it is a library function, whether it is a built-in function, whether it is a Simulink model. So like that we can understand by using this exist command. Global. So global, so whatever the variables which are used in a program, that is local to that program, so to make it global, so we use global command. Global command, if you can use a global command for a variable, that variables is also available for other functions, other programs also. We can we can use the same variable. So to make the variable global, we use global command. Help. So this command is used for searching the topics. So if you don't know any topics, so then you can use the help command to get the details of the topic. Look for finds all the functions in all the directories. So look for command is used for searching the help entries of for a keyword in all the functions. So any keyword can be determined by using a look for command in all the directories. It will check all the directories for a particular keyword that will be displayed later. So quit command, so it will use to exit from the MATLAB session and it will stops the MATLAB. So who command and whose command is already discussed in the previous session. That is who command. If you can use a who command, it will list all the current variables in the session. And whose command is different from whose command list all the current variables along with their details. So types and size of variable also displayed by the whos command. So these are all the some MATLAB commands for managing our session. So getting help. The help topic. So one of the important command help is the important command that gives help on the specified topic. The topic can be a command name, a directory name, or a MATLAB path, relative, partial path name, C partial path name. So any name can be used with the help topic. So here example help pi. So here help pi, if you type this command help pi along with the help command, so the details of this pi command or pi keyword will be displayed like this. The pi, its value is 3.14 pi, it is equal to equivalent of 4 into a tan of 1 and is equal to like this. Help, if you type help, that means so you want to know the meaning of this help, and to get the meaning of this help command also you can use this help topic, help command. Help online help display the text at command line. Help by itself list all the primary help topics. So each primary topics corresponds to a directory name on the MATLAB path. So here I'm going to end this session. So these are the persons who are behind this development of this LMS content. Thank you.